My name's Scott Brunelle, and I like to consider myself a musician, an artist kind of thing. Um, I was a first-year music student at the University of Western Ontario here in London last year, and I dropped out of school after my very first year for a number of reasons, and I'm now really just working on focusing on my life path, and I hope that's going to be music. Well, I feel like I was pretty much always writing songs before it ever became like legitimate songwriting or a practice that I called songwriting or any constructive, coherent type thing. Basically, like my dad was always really silly in the house and would have us singing along to stuff, just basically that we were doing. So we'd get up in the morning and sing like, "Oh, what a beautiful morning," and silly stuff like that, and just like singing about what kind of bacon and eggs and toast and like ridiculous stuff we were having for breakfast. So in that way, we were basically always making music. And then as soon as I got to the age of real feelings and sort of like needing to vent stuff in a more creative way, then I started actually putting words together in a way that I thought was a bit more meaningful. I pretty much taught myself. Like I'd say like 95% plus taught myself. I have an uncle who's a really great guitar player, my Uncle Philip on my dad's side, and he plays jazz guitar. And I feel like a lot of the inspiration for wanting to play guitar came from people like him and other great guitar players who he showed me, guys that were just blazing around the neck everywhere, like obviously Hendrix and Jimmy Page, and then on to acoustic guitar players like Don Ross and Tommy Emmanuel and all those guys. I picked up the guitar in like grade 8 or grade 9 or something, and it was just like, yeah, some Green Day or something that was on the radio. Or I remember I wanted to like impress this girl that I went to a dance with, and I was like, I can totally play this Green Day riff, and it was like some stuff like that. But I remember playing it over the phone and being like, I was in love with guitar playing at that point. I guess I started doing like my high school coffee houses and stuff where I just want to go up and be like for half an hour straight when I was like 15 and 16 and that, and was really into metal and hard rock and those types of genres, and I still love all that music so much, but I definitely want to play more than just that on guitar too, and integrate other things into that type of playing, and also integrate that type of playing into other types of playing. In general, like the sounds I'm drawn to are very like big, open, arpeggiated chord type things, like lots of overtones. I guess you could use the term psychedelic. Like I like to hear chords that you wouldn't expect. So definitely a blend of like unorthodox and really traditional, like as much experimental as it is just like folk music. And then you might go to a weird chord. Yeah, I find it jumps out at you like in the same way that I like to think of like, why do you get up every morning? Like just it's out of like the willingness to just know like what's next for me, you know, and like why does anything continue to keep going? It's sort of like because it has to, it needs to know what's next, you know? You think the river's really nice today, or like someone smiles at you on the street, and it's more that just random pinprick in the side that says like, hey, the unknown is sort of telling you like now's the time to go put it down. For me, thinking about the concepts of like going to watch a magic show, like you're not supposed to know how it's done, and I'm not going to tell you what to think in my songs, or like that I have a specific viewpoint on something or a bias. It's more just about like I want to connect with others and make them know that, you know, we're all experiencing the same things, and like it's more about just an empowerment of sharing thoughts. So I'd like people to come to the show and like feel cleansed or healed in some way. Like, the times that I feel like, oh, I don't want to play guitar and I just put it down, and that it's necessary to feel like you want to quit and do something else, because again, there's balance to everything. So like, but never quit permanently. Like when I say quit, I think I mean like I've wanted to put it down for an unknown length of time and just come back to it when it feels right, and that's always worked for me, and I'll never break from that, whether that's a day or a week and a half, but it never goes very long. I mean, I'm always drawn right back to it. I really wanted to play at the old APK, just because like, yeah, friends always used to go there, and I saw friends' bands play there and that whole indie scene, and I really enjoy that, and I just didn't make enough of a showing of myself in that senior group that I was ever going to get to play there, but I did get to play for a fundraiser at the new location, which was cool. As for ones that I'd still like to play, the music hall would be cool now that they're renovating it. Like one day, that'd be cool. Maybe in a few years I'll open for a bigger band coming through town or something. When I first started like coming to London to see music, I was in high school, and I'd come up and see punk shows and metal shows and rock and roll shows and stuff like that, mostly at the London Music Hall and Call the Office and things like that. I really love Call the Office too. I should have mentioned that in the other one. I almost forgot it. I want to play there really badly too. But back then it seemed like there were more bands of similar styles and sort of a scene. And now, not to say it's better or worse, there are just so many people playing music in different genres that it's like, it's almost in this in-between stage of, I don't know, I just feel like 2012 moving into 2013 is like, we're living in the future and everyone can do music with instruments and with technology and with the resources available to learn for free. A lot of nights of the week, you can go out and see talented young people and older people, whoever. You can see lots of people playing music, and I think that there are a lot of people trying to participate in the scene and play music, and it just needs more people to decide that they want to do live music as the thing they do at night instead of drink and go to the club, you know? Like, always first and foremost do it because you love it and not because you expect to get to a certain level and then receive a paycheck, because there's just getting paid not just in music but in any field. Like, the economy's tough and not many people have a lot of money, so it is really difficult to be tossing around chunks of money for this, and it's not the 70s or the 80s anymore at all. And music, I think, is becoming like more of a spiritual thing for young people, even if they don't know it or even if they don't choose to regard it that way. I feel like a lot of young people just always have that music on that they enjoy while they're doing their tasks or before they go to bed, as a way of, like, you know, relating to the struggles of others and a way of escaping the world. Music in general, I think that there's something unknown, that there's something mystical about music, in that I'm like a big science nerd too, and so when I hear things like it's being empirically proven that all matter is just basically particles vibrating, and the only reason physicality or reality is held together is because there's an underlying frequency, and to me that says that there's some greater tie to what we are as sort of like a self-perceiving animal and what music is, because as a species we do so much with it and we take so much from it too. So I feel like there is an underlying energetic phenomenon.